Sack it, that'll do. Right, thanks a lot for joining us. I'm just planning on going for, I forgot, I was going to bring penguins. Got my brew, and I'm ready to go through my teams and just see what I've got. Now, I have kind of done this ahead of time a little bit because I just couldn't help myself with the new aesthetics, the new layout of everything. And I thought, I'll do this proper. I'll do a wee stream. If you want to come on and watch now, cool. If you're watching this after we've been live, thanks all for clicking on the video. And yeah, I'll probably just chill out for another wee minute, just maybe talk some gibberish and just click some buttons and stuff, and we'll get into it. So when I've kind of looked at it already, I'll show you. First thing I did anyway, right, is I'm into Global All-Star D3, okay? I don't have any uniques, right? Well, all I want to see as I click through the positions is who is available and who is worth deploying. So I'll then kind of use that forward knowledge to then go back and then kind of move around. Now, I still do have a really key decision to make because I can make, in my opinion anyway, one really good D3 entry, and it can be quite flexible. It could either be in under 23s, it could be in global, it could be in champion Europe, or it could be in, yeah, those three basically. I could get a really strong D3 outfit out of. So, but then I do that, and part of the risk of doing that is taking some goalkeepers out of the D4s. So I'm then limiting how many D4s I'm getting out. And if you've been on the channel for a while, you'll know I do like my D4s. Just because I've been just drop a wee message in the chat if you're there, let me know. But what was I saying there? Sorry. But yeah, so I'm kind of like, I don't want to leave any D4 light because like now I'll just do this one. We'll have a look, right? So we'll finish what I'm doing, right? So I'll have a quick look at that, right? And as I look at my gallery, right? Yeah. Why is it showing goalkeepers with no game? That's so weird. Tani, Oblak, Akinfeev, Clark, Lafont, Lopez, Rare, and Common. Obviously, Common's not going to show up in the D3. It's a good little clutch of goalkeepers. There's only certain combinations of then that can go. Like Tani, for example, if I was to go in D4 and D3 for under 21s, under 23s, I could do that. But it means then my Tani is tied up there and I can't get a Japanese team out. And this week, it's not really... Don't get me wrong, some of the fixtures in Japan look okay, but before, like I've always had like a Saka in my global, and I've had Tanaka quite often in my under 23s. And I don't know if this week if I can quite get them in there. So, and then just like I could just put out, because the power cap is gone now, which has been the main restrictor. I could just put out a beast Japanese team with Tani, Yamain, Tanaka, Isaka, and then like Ueda's getting a bit of form now. You know, so we'll go through some of that. You know, I want for you guys in the comment section to give me a wee bit of feedback when you kind of see my kind of options and help steer me a little bit. If you can, I'll probably, you know what I'm like, sometimes I'll just click something, just, fuck it, let's just do it. But any interaction is going to be valuable. And I've got a few other tabs open that we'll scroll through so I can double check fixtures and form and any other bits and pieces we might want to look at. I don't want this to go on for too long, so we'll go on for as long as comfortable and then we'll kick it from there. So, Good selection of goalkeepers in terms of quality and volume. Relatively happy. I do have a lot of options. Really for somebody my kind of budget. Defense again, we've got tons of options from, you know, defense. You know, the funny thing is when I was looking at the numbers and when I actually scroll through this, I don't think I don't really have that many defenders that I'm really excited about. But equally, when I kind of break them into other little categories, I'm not short anywhere. You know, so I'm quite happy defensively where I am. Part of this as well, by the way, for this game week is I really want this to really highlight to me as early as possible the kind of stable that I'm going to hold, you know, for most of these divisions. I'll have some, you know, there'll be a lot of recurring characters in this, you know, journey for me on SoRare, and it'll be the same for you as well, I'm sure, where you'll become attached to a player because they're on form for you, of course, you know, and if they're on form, they're always going to be our best pal. But equally as well, so you'll have some staples, you'll have some guys that are always in there and thereabouts, and I want to identify those guys early, like who do I need for that under 23 lineup to work? Who can the global lineup not do without, you know, that kind of thing, and then work from there. So I might decide, because I've got a lot of really good players, but I'm kind of looking at it and I'm like, do you know, I was hunting down, I got an Oblak, you know, which was a big card to get. You know, it's my most expensive card now ahead of the Pi, and it's like 50% more expensive than what the Pi was. Managed to get that with the podium money we got for finishing second and first in the under 23s. And I had a second Tanny, which I sold. I made a good bit of profit on, which was nice. But again, defence, we've got a lot of options, been going a lot of different places. Midfield, now midfield is the heaviest position I've got, and this week we have got too many options in midfield, to be honest with you. Especially as well, I'd really doubled up on midfielders, because I thought quite early on what a good strategy will probably be over the longer term, because strikers can be flaky on form. There's a lot of formations doubling up on midfielders, especially ones that can score goals and be effective at both ends of the pitch. But this week, I actually have a lot of strikers that I would want to maybe double up on in certain things. So in terms of midfield, we get both the Medinas flying high up there. Dorsch, Quamada, Kyoto, Wirtz. You know, we've got a good selection in midfield. Ferran Torres, Cole Bassett, Lewis Morgan, Guimaraes if he plays. Maybe one or two other ones that aren't as fancied, but Zella Ryan, Carlos Soler, Saka, and Tanaka as well. So we've got buckets, and we've got midfielders coming out of our ears, you know. Strikers, we've got a good amount of choice. We don't have buckets of it, you know, but certainly all four of those guys are in good form and favourites of the channel, certainly. This four are all going to be, they're all going to be good as well. So I've got 8 strikers right away. And then, probably from there onwards, Pulido won't play. A Jetty's 50-50, just with the way the team is now and whatever. And, so probably, what's that then? We've got 8 strikers that we're super happy with. So that's interesting to note at this stage as well. I'm going to dive back. I'm going to check comments and stuff, see if any's are hanging about, see if we're up. Yeah, brilliant. There's Rossi boy. Ross, how's it going? Yo. Anyone else out there? Cheers for joining us. Now I can see there's a few of you here. I'll start clicking through and we'll get a little team going. There is a little bit of a delay on this, so if you see the little thing on Twitter, retweets do mean a lot. Anyway, brilliant, sorted. Glad to see a few of you here. And right, so we'll start off. Right, so you've had a good glance over the team. Right now, what I'd normally do, right, is I will try and fill every D4 as well as I can, and then see what I would want into one of my D3 lineups, and see then if something that I would need for that D3 to work would be consequently come out of another one. So we'll just go through my division 4s, right? And we'll just build them as best we can. I will kind of hang off. So what I'll do is I'll run through the team and I'll just pick what I want. Because of the little delay, I'll wait for you guys to kind of catch up towards the end and kind of chime in, see what you think. If I'm missing something obvious or whatever as well, I'll kind of dive between some of our tabs and we'll have a bit of fun as best we can. So Champion Asia D4. Now you'll see what I mean when you see how good this team looks. It kind of picks itself. Tani, even this Ryu Takao guy, and look, that's my top 3 rated defenders up there. And then, but these guys are rated. That's weird, but maybe that's not. It doesn't matter. But I've got a lot of good choices, man, for Asian defenders. But Yamin is the man. In midfield, Saka is the man, 100%. And then up front, I'm going to go with Ueda. And then my extra guy, how do you not pick Tanaka? It kind of picks itself, stick him as captain. That is a good looking team, by the way. It really is. All of these guys, with the exception of Yamin, I favorited as soon as they announced the J League was coming out, and I got all of them relatively quickly. If I was to drop Yamin, because he would be the only one, for an OG, one that I found all by myself, it wasn't a reward, it wasn't a tip or whatever, it would probably have to be Ominami, who's in decent form, but let's see, can I put that review on? Yeah, let's do that. So let's have a look at Ominami. Yeah, he's in good form as well, and what did Yamin shoot today? A 68, and Yamin, as you can see there, he's got 100 in his locker. So for sentimental reasons, I'd actually quite like to put the Ominami in. Make me feel a bit better about my selections and such. And you can see with Ueda, he's starting to get minutes and goals, and that's all that kid needed. So I'm just going to while you're having a wee look at that, I'll open up America. Now, America is mine, you know. That's one where I'm definitely following my gut on in terms of, you know, some things, you know, I'm going to have a wee, must be an easier way to do this. Need a forward, Quinny? Do I? Do a Rossi boy? I'm going to reply back to you as if I'm DMing you or something. You know, well, I was looking at a forward, Ross. I've not pushed the button on PlayStation 5 midnight tonight. Need to keep my pennies and pounds for that. That's number one priority now, above all else, is get a PlayStation. So when it comes to America, I've only got Steve Clark that can play it. So again, I don't know why it's showing me these DNPs. Steve Clark at home at Dallas. Portland are the favourites to go through in that tie. No one expects it to be easy, but that's could be potentially a good scoring game from a goalkeeper. Now, when I did this earlier, Jonathan Mensah, there was chat of MVP earlier in the season when Columbus were doing well. Walker Zimmerman end up getting Defender of the Year in any case, so the season has kind of tapered off. Harrison Affle, by the way, or Awful, or a fool, or whatever, I got as a reward. He's 33, and his scores are, you know, pretty decent. And I fancy Crew against New York Red Bulls that I think Affle's more likely to have an impact in the game. And if you think about how the matrix is broken, this is the decisive score is the score you're chasing down. I think Harrison Affle's got a better chance than Jonathan Mensah of being like a defensive rock that saves the day versus a fullback that can go and get some crosses and contribute at the other end of the pitch, overlapping runs, that kind of thing. So I kind of land on him for that reason. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tricky, right? Because what I could do is I could just upgrade whatever team this becomes with the Medina going super rare, but then we'll end up with one super rare in a D3 situation. But with the lack of games that are on this week, I actually quite fancy my chances. So I'll pick the team without Medina, will I say, or with a Medina, and then we can kind of judge it from there. Like Lewis Moore, for me, like Miami have to do well in this game. Even if they don't win, they have to do well. Nashville will let them in the white spaces get on the ball, and that's where this guy gets on the ball and becomes dangerous. So I do fancy Morgan to score well this week. In terms of forwards, the only, you know, between the top two, it has to be Johnny Russell at home at San Jose. San Jose are terrible for leaving spaces by, and he's had a great season, very underrated. The spare man, now Kyoto scores amazingly well. He's listed as a midfielder on this. Tyrion, who's been playing him up front. The Revs are the favourites to kind of go through. I could do. I don't know if I could do it on Lone Ross, so I'm just catching up with the chat there. But in Castellanos again, you know, the thing with New York is the record against Orlando is god awful, and it really is. But I've got a bit of faith that we can do it. Look at all those 70s from Medina. It's just sick. How can I? What did I do? Cole Bassett. You know, if Cole Bassett, if Rapids are going to get by Minnesota, he's going to be a big part of that. Would they get by them? Will they get by them? That's a tough decision. Eli, Kansas against San Jose, he's an easy points grabber. So I think if because like it's kind of my heart that's telling me that Medina and Castellanos would do well rather than my head, it makes me think pick Eli because he'll be safe, he'll be playing. They should win the game, he'll score well. Zella Ryan as well is another one. So, and then I've got the Medina. Did I flip this see this 4 here? Did I flip them up with a super rare and go into some D3 action and not have an America D4 lineup go out, which even without these guys, I could still get a good lineup out. Get our goalkeeper. Yeah, I've got enough goalkeepers for MLS. Don't really want to get another one right now because it's just there's only like 2 fixtures on in this game week or 3 or something like that. So it doesn't really worry me. It's the playoffs, that type of thing is going to happen. A lot of other players, like me and you, will have to make these decisions as well. Unless you're fortunate enough to just have 2 goalkeepers in this game week, or you do go out and buy one, which with some of the prices you could probably actually, you know, get a great deal now, especially if you get somebody who gets on a run in these playoffs and goes far. Oh, Ueda. Usami. Oh, Rossi boy, that's tempting. Usami. What do we think about America D3? I see I'm a little bit ahead of you. What do we think? Ueda is unreliable. Right, sorted. So, This is the conundrum. What do we do? What do we do? I'm thinking, do you know, like, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump out of this a second. Let's have a look at the D3 and the D4, right? What but now comes into the question is competition and potential rewards. So the D3, at the moment, there's 75 entrants. That'll probably go up a little bit. The top third is going to get a tier 2 rare as it stands. Let's say that goes down to top quarter, right? I can live with that. D4, 186 entrants. So get about the top third, we'll definitely get a tier 3. And then it's the top, yeah. Do you know what? It's the first week of the new system. But then do we want the Medina maybe for an under 23s lineup? So we could have him and Amiri as the midfielders in that. We're then not able to really use the Trippier probably. Or maybe we could actually. Do you know what? Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll keep the Medina. Yeah, that's actually, we might have stumbled on to a little, this might work. Morgan, Russell, and then who's the fifth man? Who is the fifth man? Medina, Kyoto, Castellanos, Diego Chara, Cole Bassett, Will Trapp. Look at Will Trapp, by the way. I got that guy as a reward. I wasn't too chuffed about it. Look, 50-50, a 39, 53-50. Solid scorer. Eli I like as well. He's capable of getting those 60s to 70s, but with some assists and whatnot. Tommy McNamara as well. He's a great little scorer. Cheap as chips. Some of these guys aren't going to be playing. I know that already. Ryan, I put him in. That's a pretty beasting team, because he's just one newcomer of the year. He'll be high as a kite. Lewis Morgan and Johnny Russell, the Scottish lads, always do well. Do you know what? Let's put. Do you know? I'm just thinking. Seeing I drafted this earlier, I had the Zella Ryan in my D4 global, so I don't know. Let's just stick him in. Let's just go. Unless Captain Russell all day. Captain Russell. Sorted. Right. So where are we going next? We've got the rural ones out of the way. Let's say so. We're moving into Europe now. We're going to start the Challenger. Do we have an option with this? No, we don't. So we're going to go D4. 350 entrants. Let's say top 65 is going to bag something. And the thing about this division is it is really competitive in the sense that we've only got one choice for goalkeeper. A couple of rotation decisions, one team like CSKA Moscow, for example, not getting the result, the amount of players that are in their lineup that are likely to negatively impact your competition. Then, you know, so this division can be susceptible to those bigger teams, Benfica, Porto, whatever, not beating a team 6-0 or even winning. They might draw or lose. Defense, we don't actually have that many options. It has to be Richie Delat. It just has to be. In midfield, and again, look at the option. So the main option we've got is Dorsch, of course, right? But do we try and keep him for under 23s? Can we put out a really good team without Dorsch in it? I think we get for Sharon in there. And I think, and then we've got the same conundrum with Diatta and Larson. Do we use one of these we have to use for the Challenger, I say, and one of them for the under 23s. So Derby for Larson beforehand, and then Diatta at home. I can't say their name, but it's like Krojic. Where are Krojic? Let's have a look at the head-to-head on this. This is an important one that we need to check out. So I'm on Flash Scores. Will I share this screen? No, share this tab. Boom. Right, you should be able to see it now. Okay, so this isn't on my phone. I've got all the leagues logged in, so I can just quickly and easily just jump to them on the desktop because I've not signed into the account or whatever. Then you go find Russia. They weren't playing today. Russia. Boom. Premier. And then let's have a look. So it's a Derby. Moscow are top of the league. Demo Moscow are never a team that I would normally really underrate or whatever. They've still got some good teams, get some very good players in this SoRare. So let's just share this tab. Oh, this is quite easy how this works. That's nice. Head to head is looking okay. Moscow are in some good form. They have not kept a clean sheet in the last 4, but it's only been single digits they've been conceding. Been strong defensively in the Derby. This is always a tight game. Moscow at home now are strong. Moscow away are weak. They did lose to CSKA 3-1. Spartak, have they had CSKA at home in this little run? No, they've not. This doesn't really mean anything. This is just the wee rabbit holes I go down, you know. I'm not going to go that far back. Yeah, because it won't be relevant. And have I lost the screen? Yes, we have. You're back to me. 2 seconds. Boom. There we go. Back to here. Okay, so that bears some food for thought. What I also will check just before we leave this and we go check out Bruges is what I want to do is check out the head-to-head one more time. And I want to see my boy, Jordan. I'm not going to share this because it will get confusing. So the last time they played, they won 2-0. Larson didn't play. He came off the bench. They won 2-0. Interesting. The time before that was 0-0. Did he play? That's the only thing that's of interest. Did he play? Did he play? No, he didn't. Did he come off the bench? No, he was missing. Okay, maybe injured or suspended. And then the game before that, they won. Okay, so Moscow actually have not lost in the last 3. Spartak Moscow, that is. He wasn't in the team on that occasion as well. Was he on the bench? I don't think he was even in the squad at that point. Okay, all right, it's signed for them. That's interesting. So he's not actually played this game very often. He is in good form. Let's check out Diata's game in Belgium. Belgium must be quite top. Yeah, it's easy to find. Good stuff. Jupiter. Let's have a look. Bruges and Krojic. Sorry if I butchered that. Bruges, not good form. But look at 2 of the teams that are in that run, Dortmund and Lazio. You can easily forgive the loss to Dortmund, and a draw with Lazio is very credible. It's the loss to Leuven that's not too good looking, but beating Ostend was nice for them. Krojic will concede goals. And yeah, Bruges have been relatively dominant in this fixture, especially at home. I think our boy Diata is probably on for a big result. I'm sure he'll play. I've got Badgie as well, but he's a bit more of a gamble whether he will actually play or not. Sorry, I never actually showed. I'm sorry, I never actually clicked through with that. What I'll do is I'll bring that back up again. And I'm going to just check the last time. I'm going to say the last 2 times they played. Let's see how. Okay, so a 2-2 game. Diata, has he got a good record? Right? Didn't score or assist. And was he playing? No, he wasn't. Was he on the bench? No, he wasn't. So again, not sure if he was there. I'm pretty sure he must have, unless his team. So who scored last time? 2 goals from Vanaken and Okereke got the 3rd. Lineups. He didn't play. He was on the bench. Okay, so he was definitely. So he's actually played this team. It was 0-0 before that, 2008. Yeah, okay. So he's got a bit of an unproven record, which makes it a bit gambling. You're probably back to me again. Sorry. So let's go back. Who are we picking to go into the Challenger? So Verscharen is on good form when he's playing. He's been very dangerous. Beerschot, the team that they're away to. I'm not going to click into that. It'll be a very, I think it'll be a game he can score well in. It's a game Anderlecht could lose quite easily. So it's a wee bit gambling, but he's the best midfielder I've got for this region, other than Dorsch. We'll try and keep him under 23s. So with that in mind, let's go with Larson because he's more likely to play. This team's very stable, by the way, in terms of starting potential and that kind of thing. I've probably just jinxed it. Now, normally before the change, I would not hesitate to put Vlasic into this if I was light elsewhere. But Marco, this guy I just bagged as a prize, as almost a dead cert starter, very consistent scorer. So I'm going to go with him on this occasion. And you can see his scores are relatively solid. A wee 60 in there. Even the 39 is basically a 40. You know what I mean? So that's fine. And then captain, we're going to go with Jordan because it's a derby. We back the kid to do well. And yeah, who would you want to be super rare? Who's most likely to get minutes? Jordan does not get substituted off. Ezequiel Pons does. Champion Europe now. We've got a tough decision to make on this right away. I'm just going to open it up and dive back. Am I missing anything in the chat? I don't know if the loans are dead now. Now, the loans are a little bit, I think Jason's kind of, you're going to go on a backward cycle on your XP if you're continuously loaning the same card out and out and out. So I kind of quite like, actually, quite like that part of it because I did feel that kind of thing did kind of kill the market a little bit. Not kill the market, but, it does take a bit of momentum away from it. Champion Europe, we've got 4, right? What about my common Pau Lopez. Do we put him in here? Keep my rare Pau for like global D4. We can still use the All Black then for global D3 if we wanted. And then we've got Lafont for under 23 global. Or do we just go all the D4s, which I don't think is really sensible. Or we could just put the Lafont into a D3. Anyway, what it really comes down to is common or rare Pau Lopez. What do we think? Let's just click on the rare now, and we'll just get it going and we'll see how the team looks. Now, Danilo and Gabriel, even though Leeds will be a hard game, I expect that would actually make Gabriel's score pretty attractive. You could say the same thing with Manolas. Mancini, if he plays, he's a wee bit sketchy on appearances. Let's click the stats for him. He does have a few DNPs in there, but when he plays, as you can see, he's a great little centre back. I think he's the first defender I bought. Really like him. And then Manolas, as you can see, he's missing the same matches, so they're probably rotational options. Same with Gabriel, in fact. That'll almost certainly be what it is. So does he play in the league against Parma and get that form up a bit? Gabriel probably the same. Danilo, I think he's set to shoot 55 plus in this game at home at Cagliari. Let's go, Gabriel, we need to keep him. So Gabriel, we need to keep for the under 23s. Mancini or Danilo? Danilo, do we want to keep him for a global? I think we do want to try and keep him for a global. So we'll go Mancini. So we're double Roma at the back, which, who they got again? Home at Parma. Let's see how good or bad a decision that is. Let's have a look. Oh no, I just clicked basketball. Oh, please don't. Yes, good. Share this tab. Magic. Right, so in the league, where are we looking? Roma sitting fourth, 11 goals conceded in 7 games. That's the thing we care about most, because it's talking about goalkeepers and a centre back. And Parma have scored 8 and 7. Wow, they are on really bad form. Who have they played? Fiorentina, Inter, Spezia. Where are Spezia right now? Oh, they're just above them. Udinese, second bottom. They beat Verona. Verona are doing quite well. So they're a wee bit flaky, aren't they? Who have Roma just been playing? So Roma have just beat Genoa, who are not even in sight on this in the table. They've beat Fiorentina. They drew with Milan, who are flying high. They battered Benevento, who are, I think Roma are solid as they come now. That's good form. That's 18th to the 10th. That was a month ago. And the form since then has continued on a good vein. And 3 points keeps them in touching distance to the top. Yeah, I like Roma in this kind of little shout. I'm happy with that. Midfield. Now, again, we've got so many options. We've got Wirtz, we've got Kamada. Under, will he start? Weston McKinney, will he start? I don't think I'm going to go on a limb saying that they'll start in these matches, to be honest with you. Ferran Torres, he just scored a hat-trick. How can he not start? But Pep Roulette is mighty dangerous. Do you know what? Who else do we have in midfield? Because Ferran Torres might be the best pick, because I don't see him not. Carlos SoRare is definitely going to play. There's no two ways about that. He's made for Champion Europe for me. As soon as I've seen him, he has to be in mid, because I'm not going to put him in anything else. He's got to be in this. Now, when we come up front, again, we're asking ourselves a lot of questions about where our priorities are. Bailey can go under 23s. Alario global. Depay is the top end. He can go in anything. And then the bottom 3, I'm not too excited about this game week in particular. So we've got 3 options. We're not going to double up on the striker. I think that's a certainty at this point. But who do we deploy into this? I think. Can't see your screen. Oh, you're joking. Am I talking to myself? I'm an absolute loony bin. I've done this. Don't give me a hard time. I'm going to go with Alario. I think he's the safest. He's the least flexible out of the other 2. Bailey I could put anywhere. Depay, if I'm going to go with a team of super rares, I want Depay to be cherry on the cake. So it has to be Alario. We're doubling up on a midfielder, it feels like. Wirtz, Kamada, Torres. Who do we pick? All right, sorted. Who is the other one? Kamada. Who do we pick? Who goes in? Who's the fifth man? Who's the fifth man? Who do we put in? Man City away to Spurs. Actually, let's have a look. Leverkusen, who is it they've got? Now, Kamada is at home at Leipzig. He could do well in the game. He really, really could. But I like Leipzig and I don't like supporting the team. Leverkusen, their fixture will be interesting. Let's have a peek and see who Leverkusen are playing. It's one of the newly promoted teams. I do recognise their badge. If I was still in Football Manager mode, you know, I would know instantly who it was, but I've not played that game in years. Bielefeld. So let's have a look at fixtures. Oh, this is interesting. I'm going to share this tab. Okay, let's see what happens to my screen. Now that I've done that. Yeah, sweet. Okay, so look at this. I get this little preview feature. Now, I've seen this on my phone before, but I've never seen it. So let's click on that for the game. Live preview. And we've got, they've got, if you've never been on Flash Scores before, there's a lovely little blurb for a lot of the top end games explaining stuff to you. Man to watch. Lucas Alario, there we go. Netted 4 in consecutive games, grabbing 3 braces, 7 goals in total. Yeah, he's on form. We like him. Schick is still out, head to head. Oof. Now, the question with Wirtz. I'm going to show you this tab. The question with Wirtz. Look at that form from Belfield. I just realised I was reading that match summary, the preview thing out. This is it here. You couldn't see it, so there you go. You can see it now, which is cool. Let's have a look at the Leipzig one. And let's see what it says. I'm not going to read it all, but I'll have a wee glance across it. Andre Silva and Angelino will not play. Upamecano and Klosterman. Interesting. Bad form for Frankfurt. They were doing okay until that Bayern game. It just, just kind of went off the rails a little bit. I suppose 2 draws and I lost in a friendly. What am I even talking about? Leipzig are in good form, except for that Man United game was not nice watching. The last time they played, Leipzig cannot get a win in this stadium. So the last time they played, I'm only interested in the last kind of season or so because I know Kamada's only been there a year. Kamada did not play the last time. He was on the bench, did not feature the first time they played last season. That must have been a cup game because there's 2 fixtures at Frankfurt. They won 3-1. He's not in the team. He's on the bench, didn't feature. He did feature a lot in Europa League last year. And then the time before that, they lost away to Leipzig. And it's a 2-1 loss. Kamada started the game. Finished the game as well. I think it's subbed off, but they did lose 2-1. Interesting. So, he's going to play anyway, but he's not scored against them. Leipzig are definitely not the same team as before. I've done it again, haven't I? Sorry, guys. Boom. There we go. Getting the hang of it. Wirtz, we're saying, yeah, I think Wirtz too. All very low here. Mind the powers, Quint? Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think they're low because all these guys went. See, the way I'm thinking about it is a lot of these guys would. I couldn't have done this team last week, is the way I think about it. So even though the percentages look smaller, see that Japanese team, no chance could I have got that out into a D4. No chance. And I think my Mancini is well high powered on the old system. And the other 2 guys, and I just bought the Paul Lopez, he's a high level. So I know they look low, but I think it's just a perception thing. We need to cleanse our palate of, feels like I'm saying the same thing on everything now, but the old system. But we think Wirtz, I kind of agree, but the gamble is when they play. I thought that since I've bloody got him, and he's featured all the time, so I think let's go for him. Who do we make captain? It's a big decision. It's not going to be any of the Rome boys. I'm happy for them just to do whatever they're going to do. SoRare is buzzing. Valencia, Alaves. You know, Leverkusen, he's just played for Germany under 21s. Let's go with the boy himself. And that is a good champion Europe lineup. If you can hear my boy, he's going to his bed. He might come in and say goodnight to us all. Right, well, we do global or under 23s. Let's do global because we have to do that because we want at least farm some ether. So you get a score of over 205. Okay, that's the new metrics we're looking at. Oh, Predator almost got me. In goals, who are we putting? It's going to be. Let's go common, right? Because we have it, and this is only. I think we'll only really use this to satisfy. Oh, then we've got the Danilo, Gabriel for unders. So the Danilo, we put the Danilo in here. He can go grab us some points. Who did we not? We used Mancini, didn't we? I think I'd actually rather use Mancini in this and have Danilo in that one. No, actually, I'm okay with that. Midfield, we've got a lot of points we can get. So I get right, Dorsch and Kamada. They're not going to play wherever my super rares are because they're midfielders predominantly. So one of them needs to go into this. One of them will go into under 23s. Oh, the midfield is so difficult. And we've still got Ferran Torres. And we've still got some of the American lads. We've got a lot of choice in midfield. It's the hardest position to pick. Let's see who my striker will be. And we'll come back to that. Right, who will be the striker? Who will be the striker? So this is global D4. We're just about grabbing point. I think Castellanos is probably going to be my pick because my under 23. I've got Bailey and Diatta. And Castellanos. I'm going to go. Yeah, okay. I'm going to go Castellanos. That could work. I'm kind of thinking ahead a little bit in some ways, and then midfield. So we need to get fucking one midfielder. Never mind two. I'm gonna go. Probably gonna go with the Kamada because it is Leipzig. It's not getting an easy game. And then the extra player. Who do we want to fill that gap? Just somebody who's definitely going to play 90, definitely going to put a good score in. If Ferran Torres is a bit gambly, do we do that because of who else we've deployed? It's not really a gambling lineup. It's just the fact it's got a little common in it. So we need to get over 205. So what we could actually do is a little bit of maths and see. Yeah, we definitely go over 205 if these guys do their thing. Even with him getting a 50% penalty. 205. So between the four of them, get around 50, and then whoever he gets is a bonus. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So we need somebody else who's going to be a high scorer. Then that's what that tells me. If we're going to be playing that common, we're going to carry him. What I would like with the D4, and it's actually worked out. All these guys have been pretty cheap for me. I'd love it to be like a full rewards team or something like that. That'd be cool. So I've probably got the cards to do it actually, but I've got a lot of choice, so I don't need to do any novelty, I don't think. Kyoto could score well. Just some of the Japanese guys. Chara. See, I like Ferran Torres and Eli. I think with Ferran Torres, will he play? And if he does, he's very unlikely to get 90 minutes, just the way Pep works. So what are we thinking? What are we thinking? Extra man. Zielinski, well played against Milan. So tough, by the way. I'm so indecisive. So I'm kind of thinking ahead. Keep Dorsch for the 23s along with Bailey and like Medina or something like that. And then keep Depay for an under 20 for a D3 along with Diatta. So that rules those guys out, so I want to keep them. So that kind of leaves me with Torres. I think Torres, he's in good form. Tottenham are going to be. I really don't want to put my hands in that game, to be honest with you. I'd probably rather back my boy Eli, and I think I will because he's cheap as chips. And captain, let's go. Let's go Eli. Let's go Captain Eli. Because I think that game against San Jose is going to be relatively straight. I'm underestimating them. Let's have one more glance over. Who have we got? And who do we want to try and get out to get some points? Lee Kang in, by the way. Lee Kang in is okay form, you know. If I knew Badgie was playing, I'd probably just put him in because I like him. That's it. That's the team. I think we're going for it. Unless in the comment section. If I missed something obvious here, let me know. I won't be redrafting my Commons. I'm very happy with my Ronaldo and my Vlasic, my Paul Lopez. Very happy with my Commons. I don't want to redraft. I think I could probably get a better collection of Commons, but I don't think I'd be able to get something like a Ronaldo or a Vlasic. I really don't. They're not really stated if like the tier 1 or the star Commons are going to be available in the draft. I know it's kind of ultimate teamish how it works. I'm not willing to take that gamble. I really am. So I'm keeping my common Ronaldo and my common Vlasic all day. Brilliant. So we've got the global D4 out. That leaves us with under 23s, right? So once we get this out, I think you'll agree with me. We've got some fucking great teams, man. So look, before we do that, right? This is what we want to see. This is what we want to see. We want to see under 23s D4, right? 365. Let's say that goes to 400, right? Entrance. Top 75 get a tier 3 rare and above. Okay. The D3, 142 entrants, and the top 30 get something. So what's that? So the top quarter, really, isn't it? Roughly. Let's say that fills up by another 10. So it's just under top 20% or so. Yeah, I'm going D3, by the way. I think I am. So we've got Lafont, really strong goalkeeper. We get Gabriel, really strong defender. We've got a super rare Medina, no problem at all. Thanks for coming. We then also have by the way, I thought I've got Amiri. I could have swore he was an under 23. He must not be. That's so bizarre. So bizarre. I'm going to click out and go and check. I don't have Amiri. He's not vanished on me. I thought he was under 23 eligible. Do you know that? Oh, he's not. Okay, so that doesn't change anything actually. Wow, that right. Okay, so what I was thinking about doing, yeah. Oh, right. So what I think this might turn out is the Dorsch ends up a bit loose if this is the way we go about it. So that means Dorsch can go back in that challenger, or he can really go anywhere and boss it. Maybe we put him in the challenger. So we've got Lafont, right? Has to go in. I'm leaning on Gabriel, right? But yeah, I just think Leeds will do well against Arsenal. As long as he's not at fault, I think he'll score really well. I think he's in good form. He's confident. Arsenal could probably win the game as well. Yeah, I'm going to go Gabriel. I think I'd be mad not to. Medina goes in. No problem at all. And then I double up on my 2 strikers and I'm leaving out Dorsch. I think that's what results. Results in that. What is Dorsch? It's not even coming up. Oh, it's only forwards only. That's fine. So let's go Bailey, right? Oh, do we go there? Let's go Bailey, right? And then extra, it's basically Dorsch or Diatta. Now, Charleroi are a good team this year. You know, they're right up the top. You know, they've been very competitive this year. Oh, there is Amiri there. That didn't come up last time. You've seen it. So we put Amiri in then. We have to, don't we? Medina. Yeah, we're doing that. Boom. So we do that. I'm really happy with that. Captain, Leon. Sweet as a nut. Loving this. Because I think, again, yeah, Leverkusen got a good game. And I think Medina's going to do well. I think we go for it. Boom. We've been on the podium twice under 23s in D4. Can we do it in under 23s? So we have one team left to make, right? And we're trying to leave the big hitters like Oblak straight in, Trippier straight in. Now they have Barca. I know they've got Barca, but Barca are not doing that great now. Atletico Madrid are in good form, and even if Barca do have a decent game, it probably will help these guys score well anyway. Now we've got Dorsch. We've got Torres. I think I should put Dorset in this team, by the way. You could easily score well enough to make that compete. And then, oh, do we double up? Oh my god, by the way, this might be a beastie team we're trying to squeeze in. Now, actually, let's take one step back before we get too excited. What is the competition like on that? 255, top 20%. I think, by the way, if we get the scores that we're after, I think having one super rare, we could maybe sneak something. Because these guys I'm picking, by the way, are going to score well. And the margins now seem to be thinner, just in terms of the way the points are calculated and the structure. We're missing Ferran Torres out of a team. We're missing a lot of good guys out of teams. We really are. But yeah, we're going to go with the Diata. I think these guys, by the way, you know, if there was another super rare in there, I'd be much more comfortable. 2 seconds. Kid after the tablet. Sorry. So I'd be a bit more comfortable if we also had another super rare in there. But I think this team could score crazy good. It really could. Who do we captain? Matt, hey, good to see you, son. How long are we going for? 50 minutes, that's all right. Who do we captain? I think I would probably lean on Depay, to be honest with you. But actually, I never thought about Dorsch going in there. That actually makes me really happy because I think that's a tough game, and tough games is when I like to see big players step up. Having easy fixtures is always good, but a big match, if you've got a score, like the good thing about Dorsch is he takes like all the set pieces, so free kicks, corners, that kind of thing. So he's always got a good opportunity to get right in amongst it and cause some damage. I'm going to confirm on that. That is all the teams set out. Now, the part of the conundrum I have, right, is what I've done with under 23s. I could drop the Medina, and I could upgrade that American lineup to D3, and then demote that under 23 lineup into D4 by doing that. So I'm going to have a wee look at the America situation. 75 entrants, top third. Do you know what? That is if I get the player still left to do that. So what we would need to do is upgrade the team we've got already. Okay, so we're going Steve Clark, we're going Harrison Affle, we're going Jesus Medina, it's super rare, we're going Johnny Russell, and we're going Lewis Morgan. And we're dropping from that. I can't remember who we're dropping from that. It'll be up here somewhere. Not Eli. Who's going to drop from that? Zella Ryan. So this is where it starts to have a little bit for me. I actually really like the odds of this team doing exceptionally well. Captain Russell, as always. So let's do that. And then it takes away from this, which, you know, with one super rare is a little bit of a longer shot. This is top. This is going to be much more competitive than the American one. So I think we go here and we downgrade our under 23s to D4. So we'll get Lafont in. We're going to get Gabriel, All-Star, Euro. You see some of the players are missing out here. So Wirtz is away already. Euro. Who was my other midfielder? Oh, doubled it. What did I even do? I'm totally tripping, by the way. What was that under 23s team? Let's just bin it. So we'll get it here. And let's just do that. So we'll go Lafont. We'll go Gabriel. Was it Medina? I don't think it was it? Ferran Torres, Copas, King. I'm losing my marbles, by the way. Who the hell did we have in midfield? Oh, it was Medina. So we must have doubled up on strikers. 2 seconds. It's in my bag. It's in the living room on the couch. Bloody boys and tablets. Oi. Right, so I think do we go Ferran to replace Medina? Or do we just go with Medina again, in fact? He's strong enough, he's in the form. Let's just do it. We know he's going to play. And then up front, do we go Bailey and Diata up front? Is that what we've done? I think it was. I think it was. Where is Diatta? Where is Diatta? I don't know. Couldn't have been. Guys, I think I'm losing the plot, by the way. What the hell was that team before? I've totally lost it. Help me out. Captain Depay. Glad you've agreed. Glad you've agreed. Oh my god. 2 seconds, guys. Pick the best team then. That's fine. I don't know what I was even thinking. I just totally see with the kids coming, I just totally lost my mind. Medina, Bailey, and then who's the best player here that I would have picked? Was it Torres? I don't think it's anyone obvious, by the way, because I was expecting to see a Diatta or something, which I'm not. So if he's not here, then he must be picked. Who the fuck did we have? Under Vlasic? No, McKennie. Was it Torres? I don't think I'm. No, I remember. I'm absolutely losing myself, guys. Oh, it was Amiri. Was that Amiri? Was it Amiri? Because no, it couldn't have been. Yeah, it's Amiri. Guys, just totally lost the plot there. Absolutely lost it there for a second. So what we want to do then is that's what we. That's what we want to do. We're going to upgrade our midfield in this D3 then. Yeah, guys, it's been a long day. So I did a kind of wee dry run on this thinking, what will I do here, what will I do there? So we're going to drop Dorsch for Amiri. And then we're going to get Dorsch into that D4 under 23 lineup. There we go. I think this is quite optimal, guys, I think, isn't it? Tell me if I'm wrong. But that global D3 has just got a shit ton stronger. And this global under 23 with Dorsch as a midfielder in there, along with this has got a great chance. This Medina, Bailey, Dorsch. Look at that. Let's get the form up. Look at that. That is lovely. Lovely jubbly. Now, who do we captain? I'm going to go with Bailey because I think that team is just going to get run over by Leverkusen. Boom. So I'm really happy. Right, so I think we're happy, guys. I think we are. The only thing that I'm missing out on now, you may think I'm a bit daft, but we don't have a D4 America, which makes me sad because that's one of the competitions I always do well in. Do you know what? Let's just do a team with a DNP goalkeeper and see how we do. Let's just see what happens. I'm going to stick in Sisniga just so you can get the XP. The only, do you know what? By the way, Danny Wilson, if he plays, could score well. Mensah is going to play. So who's the safe bets out of this lineup? Oh, Zelarayan. Let's not get Zelarayan in a good team anymore. He could go into global. Oh, okay. He could go into global D4s. So let's have a peek at that. It's the only thing he could go into, really. We need to get Zelarayan in a good team. This is a common goalkeeper. Oh, by the way. Do we drop Eli for Zelarayan? Or even do we drop Kamada? And then who would he replace? He would replace Medina, probably. The rare. So do we do? That alleviates a little bit of risk of doubling up on Medina. The rare and the super rare. I actually quite like the thought of that, to be honest with you. And I like the thought of Zelarayan being in this team. So I'm going to put Zelarayan into here. If I can find him again. Which is not going to be easy, of course, because I've got a lot of players in this extra list to dig through. Zelarayan. Oh, Jesus, where the crikey are you? Where are the crikey? Oh, there he is. Oh, let's go with that. And then we're going to drop the Medina out for the Kamada. And then I think that's optimal. I think we've really maximised everything out. The only thing is, I'm just not having an RD4. But again, in the Americas, go with the... Yeah, we'll do that. Boom and boom. Then we've got another Medina to use. And then that's... Yeah, okay. I'm happy with that. So let's get a wee DNP goalkeeper in here. And let's just see how it flies. I'll go with the Sisniga. We'll go with the Mensah. We'll take the Medina. Because, yeah, we'll take Medina. Up front, Kyrie Shelton. And then the other player... Who's going to do well? Not really anyone from the bottom half. So we're looking at Kyoto. I'm going to go Chara. I think he's probably the safest bet out of them. But Kyoto or Bassett are good gambles for a big score. Chara's quite steady. The DNP last game. Do you know what? I'm going to go with the Cole Bassett. I'd rather have him in a team than not. Let's go captain. I'm going to go Captain Shelton. I don't think a lot of people will do that. And I think because Pulido won't be playing, Shelton will play. Scored in the last match. And I think, yeah. Boom. Magic. Let's check the stream. Magic, guys. I think that'll just about do us. I think we've picked everything. I think we've got some great lineups. Not got a unique lineup going out. But we've touched all the bases. And yeah, Magic. Thanks a lot for joining us. Have a good night. Take care. And I'll see you in the next one.